Hi guys, and welcome to Kitacon's The Geek Show. Hello!
Yeah, live, baby.
Yeah, crazy.
So yeah, it's myself, Phil.
Hey, welcome.
Me, Harry.
And Molly pretending to be Momo.
Yes, Momo is moving and can't make it because houses, etc.
Yeah, because needing a place to live, you know, all that important stuff that she doesn't really need.
Yeah.
So, whenever you hear me talk, just replace my dulcet tones with Momo's smooth voice in your mind.
That's the one.
Just imagine some ears and just picture a furry lesbian instead. And you've got to work to act that. You've got to actually try to channel her someone.
How exactly do you pull off a furry lesbian?
You put on some money in this.
Apparently.
Yeah. Okay, hey guys, how we got with the audience today? You guys okay? Woo! We've got, we genuinely have a load of sweets and a load of terrifying prizes. We've no idea how this is going to go. We're supposed to have guests, but they haven't turned up. Or they are on the way at least. But yeah, cool. So yeah, first, as always, we've got the news. Ooh, I do like the news. We've got a PowerPoint as well. Quick. PowerPoint, because we're not just on the radio today, which is good.
Yeah, it's really weird, everyone can see what we're doing, so we can do stupid dances like this.
Yeah, look,
People know what we're doing.
And no one that's listening in actually knows.
But I was stupidly dancing before it was cool.
Yeah. Okay, Harry, do you think...
Keep going after
that's a tune with
Harry,
Momo. Yeah.
Do you think we can pull this off?
Yeah.
Oh, see if we can do this sometime. This is the news.
Didn't do it early.
That is the worst thing.
Close enough.
That is literally the worst thing. Okay, so Zoe from Left 4 Dead. Okay, that's awesome. So we have the news. Yeah. Let's have a go. So yeah, that's our news picture. We've got Justin Bieber.
I'm afraid
Why
it's
is
news
Justin
on
Bieber in news?
What?
Really?
Is there a censor bar over his nipples?
What is going on? The Russian kids at beach and stealing their football.
Yeah, the picture just reads, girl arrested for flashing kids at beach and stealing their
I
football.
don't think you need any more than that sentence. That's it. That's all you need in that picture.
Clearly the law is trying to do anything it can to stop Justin Bieber. At any costs. Even
I can't
Well,
walk
all I
away.
have to do is leave it in a room with a closed door. You probably couldn't work out how to open it.
But,
Open the door for me.
I actually think Justin Bieber is genuinely like an evil super genius.
Explain.
Okay, basically, the Justin Bieber fans divide into one of two categories. You either have 13-year-old girls and cougars.
Oh yeah, cougars are really into Justin Bieber. I forgot about
Exactly.
this.
What? Well, you know,
Yeah, my mum really liked him.
If it was 40-year-old men screaming at 17-year-old girls, people would go to jail.
Yeah.
Or 40-year-old women screaming at boys. No, that's fine. That's cool.
But the point is though, he has the power over every woman on HRT. And I've seen them rip through steel plate with their hands. I could just see him standing on stage and going, "Go, my minions, kill for me!"
Okay, so for Bieber! Actually, in the news, we've been sidetracked by Justin Bieber.
Magnificent breasts.
Terrifying.
Censor to prevent blowing your mind.
I can't look away.
It's just so drawing.
Let's pull out some fun stuff. Okay, first, work for me, PowerPoint. Promise? There we go. Okay, first item of the news is EU seeking to criminalise hacking tools. That picture of a guy in a balaclava suit and a laptop is what comes up when you type in hacking into Google Image.
You don't realise is that image is also Justin Bieber. He's actually trying to commit every crime possible.
He's organising the cougars.
Yeah, so EU is trying to make the hacking tools illegal. It's one of these things where it's a grey area because, well, all cracks are hacking tools.
Well, no, there's legitimate.
Yeah.
There's like rainbow tables for testing password security.
Yeah.
And if they're used for legitimate purposes, because the police actually use hacking tools to be fair in certain cases. So I don't know how they'd work around that one if it was illegal.
Yeah.
Licenses maybe? But
We have a couple of friends that did digital forensics at university, and there is a genuine law that says if you are a police forensic computery person, if you go to like a pervert's house and copy their hard drive, you are then in possession of child pornography and are arrestable. So even if you're working for the police, you can still get arrested for owning child pornography.
That's some inception going on there.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
There's literally people who've done their final year project on making programs, which literally, you just literally put the computer in a room and the program goes through all the contents on that machine and you just never touch it. And you literally, you don't even look at the results, you just pass them to your supervisor.
All I can imagine though is like Stephen Hawking's voice going, porn, child porn, not porn.
There is actually, China's been working on an algorithm for internet censorship, which actually figures out if an image is pornographic.
Yeah, so the content that's kind of flesh-coloured, and they've done it for videos as well, to see if there's any kind of the normal sexual noises, which could apply to adverts a lot of the time.
Or World of Warcraft. Well, Paladin gets hit with a weapon.
Oh, my God.
Anybody who's got a particularly big nose?
Okay, cool. Yeah. So you guys like Justin Bieber, right?
Everyone loves Justin Bieber.
Okay, well I've got a treat for the first 5 people that come up to the front of the stage, if you want one.
What is it?
Come here.
Is it Justin Bieber?
Is it his head on a pike? If it's his head on a pike, then I'll go
Oh, we got people earlier, we got Justin Bieber.
Oh, no, nice.
Now we're just going to be watched by Justin Bieber.
We're going to be giving a show.
Okay, so number 2 on the list is John Curran's Life. PowerPoint, please. Do your thing.
Molly, you're now Momo. You're masquerading as Momo, masquerading as Justin Bieber.
And I've also figured out, you remember the Robot Revolution thing? I figured it out. I know what this week's Robot Revolution thing is. Justin Bieber is in fact a robot. Crafted by crack American scientists to ruin 50-year-old women's lives. Inception!
Yeah, okay, news number 2. I can't believe we're only on news number 2. This usually takes like 5 minutes in the studio. News number 2, Apple working on the counter flashback Trojan.
But I thought they didn't have any viruses.
Apple don't have any viruses.
Why would they need to invest in antivirus software?
It's not a virus. It's a hacking tool.
We're going into, it's not a bug, it's a future territory.
There's conflicts all over again.
It's not a virus, it's an attack registry.
Wasn't a war, we just didn't like it very much, so shot them.
Yeah, it wasn't a war if we lost. It was a conflict.
Yeah,
It's a police action.
yeah, I'm going Justin Bieber.
So they made some anti-Trojan tools then. How have they managed to say this without it being
Yeah, basically, there is actually an issue. They did, this big virus has hit all Macintosh, not all Macintoshes, but loads of Macintoshes, has actually, they had a fix for it. They had a fix for it for about 3-4 weeks before the fix was...
3-4 weeks, right? 3 or 4.
3 or 4 months they had a fix for it, and it didn't go out.
No.
That's
Efficiency.
That's very, very, very bad. Let's go to the next slide. What have we got? Do you have any funny? Oh,
Some kind of thing with PowerPoint.
yeah. Oh, and they also tried to Web Dr. Web, the people that brought this to attention. Apple tried to sue them into the ground and went, "We don't have any viruses." But this company went, "Yeah, you've got viruses. Look at this. Everybody, don't touch it. It's dirty, dirty, dirty."
Is that like that woman in the pub that inevitably comes over to me? What?
And she's in tonight.
Oh, that's terrifying. There's dancing Justin Bieber's now.
Oh, good lord.
Justin Bieber cat is actually kind of hot.
Phil, that's my anti-zombie crossbow. I think I'd want it.
So if I'm being Momo, is Justin Bieber a girl? Can I go for that?
I'm pretty sure that Justin Bieber is actually just an action man.
Oh, okay. So this is
Just like straight down there. Okay, no, that's cool. Okay, so survival of a zombie apocalypse with map of the dead. This thing is really, really cool. A group of guys a group have put. Yeah, it's a zombie miles, probably.
Rarity.
Yeah. Some people have come up with this. It's like a mod for Google Earth, and basically it uses the maps around you and your location and will tell you where the nearest, police station is, where the nearest gun shop is, where the nearest anything that you would need in a zombie attack.
So it's literally.
And that's Middlesbrough. That's around me.
I've realised something. I know the next evolution of the zombie trap.
Oh. What's the
zombies
Yeah.
that have read the zombie survival guide.
There is a zombie survival. You open the door and they're just sat there in sombreros waiting for you.
Or you go to the gun shop and they're all there blowing their thumbs off, trying to use shotguns. They have no idea how they work.
Boomstick.
Yeah. Also, give us a cheer if you've seen the 8-bit Google Maps adventure.
Brilliant, isn't it?
If you zoom in to a certain point on that, Sunderland becomes an
Oh
island on the coast.
Sunderland doesn't exist.
Oh yes,
It goes from Middlesbrough to Newcastle, and Sunderland's just a square in the middle of the sea going, help me!
Is this someone who works at Google who's actually from like Borough or Hartlepool?
Yeah.
And he's like, right, Sunderland in the corner.
Into the sea with you.
I say we should get our own Italian character now.
Sunderland should have its own
Sunderland
Italian
has its own
character.
Italian character.
It's Italian character now.
No. It could be a big bear in a string vest.
With a northern accent.
Yeah. Wolf, I'm here to, reunite the Sudetenland. Yeah, just get over here.
That's the Yorkshire accent.
That's Yorkshire accent.
Well, I can only say 4 things in a borough accent, and I can't say them on the radio.
Park should be a control, although Park is a survivor in some countries.
Well, to be fair, actually, if you actually bump into a borough local and they start talking to you, stand there just going, words clearly came out of your mouth. I have no idea what you just said because it sounds like.
The best one I've heard in Middlesbrough is, "Here, mate, give us 20p or I'll glass your man." Funny thing was, I was on my own. And it's like, that is dedication. It'll cost him more to get a bus to where my mother lives. Never mind, to glass my mother and nothing else. Okay, we really need to move on because we have guests already. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so next. Oh, that is a Tetris gangbang.
Marvelous!
Sorry on the slides for the people listening on the radio. The news, Tetris used to treat lazy-eyeing children. How cool's that?
That's pretty cool, actually, yeah. No Tetris.
No Tetris.
How's it actually used?
I don't know.
Do they actually get people in giant Tetris blocks to just stand around in hallways and just go, you then, organise the actual block?
It's because Tetris is 10 squares wide by 27 long, and so your eye has to track both vertical and horizontal at speed.
So literally just aligns your eye.
Basically, the funny thing is that the research was done years ago, and then they went, oh wow,
games can't be beneficial.
This is conclusive proof that games can have some medical benefit, and literally the British Medical Council all went, no, they all went crazy and stabbed each other. Yeah, that was a side effect.
Video games, look at all those being horribly violent and killing each other after video games.
Tetris is the only game that's made me want to go out and kill people.
Yeah. Well, let's put this to a vote, obviously. Who has seen any violence or any fights at Kitacon? No? No? Yeah. Has anybody seen any love making? Or any kissing or cuddling up? Yeah. Has anybody seen Scouty doing it? Okay, that's all we need to know. Okay, so conclusive proof video games make you loved up. Yeah. Yeah. WTF Award #1. Plug it and get a free Coke. This is a Coca-Cola machine that somebody has made. That is a YouTube grab because I loved his face. Literally, there is a Coke machine where you go, oh, and it goes, full.
And then there's a picture of a guy on the screen who's just like, yeah, Coca-Cola. Yeah. He actually has that look on his face.
All other non-branded cola drinks. Cola beverages.
My question is, what if you've got short arms?
No Coke for you.
Or what if you've lost an arm? War hero staggers himself out, lost both legs and arms, all of his eyes. He's like, I really want a Coke, but I hug the machine.
Yeah, you've got one arm. I think there'll be, you know, in a very open society, we need a one-handed or a high-fiving. Or if you don't have any arms or quadriplegic or whatever, you just headbutt it. We're very good in Glasgow. So
Yay!
For that, for shouting out. You guys want stickers? You can have stickers for a big laugh. Yeah. Give stickers for us. I know, they don't spin well. Okay. WTF award number 2. In space, nobody can even make whiskey.
Is this the nebula that's composed primarily of alcohol?
Yes.
This is amazing. They discovered it. Like when they started doing
there's a galaxy for every
radio spectroscopy
we found one for
out into the wilderness of space. They went, guys, come here. That's the radio spectroscopy for alcohol, isn't it? And apparently there was something, one of the really high ups went, how do you know what alcohol in a radio spectrometer looks like? And all the technicians went,
Remember that Christmas party?
Yeah. It's when they all sit there and they scatter down to one man who's just left.
Yeah, just like, it's like, in case you're interested, here's what Bob's butt looks like in a radio spectrometer.
Isn't it like Sub-Zero and under pressure? Yeah, that was a sore day for him afterwards.
It's like guys who get industrial microwaves and they just sit around going, what can you microwave?
There is actually there is a wood company that owns an industrial microwave about the size of a room, and they actually have a series on YouTube where they put things in it.
Oh, that sounds great.
It's amazing.
Okay, alright, well that's it for the news this time. We're going to have a song. This slide was quite provisionally, but anybody drinking along with us wins a small treat. Anybody drinking, you're drinking? Woo! Anyone else drinking? Yes! Yes, it's water. Yeah, we can do that. We're going to be going into a song and then we'll be coming back with the wonderful and lovely Ellen McLean. Alright? Hi guys, and welcome back to the Geek Show. Hello! How are you guys doing? You having fun?
Yay!
That's awesome. We are joined by the wonderful and the lovely Ellen McLean. Hello! We have the quietest mics today so we don't start setting fire to things or being very loud. You have a quiet voice, you have a ladylike voice, which is good. We do like our ladies ladylike. Because this is England, we have tea, crumpets and women's. You're all, only is a lady today.
No, I'm filling in for Momo, who's the girl who normally sits here. So today I'm a girl, apparently.
I'm still a guy.
Thank you.
Really?
I just got hit on my robot. Another one off the list.
So, professionalism, where have you gone? I'll have a drink. Okay, so Ellen, for people that don't know, I'm told why you wouldn't know this, is...
Yeah, for starters, educate yourselves. Wikipedia exists.
Wikipedia exists, is the voice actress for GLaDOS from Portal, yeah?
Some people seem to like Portal.
And the announcer as well of TF2.
I'm pretty scary looking.
No, you're not. Sounding, maybe. No, just with the angry announcer voice, yeah. You're also married to the guy that does the voice for the Sniper.
I am. I'm married to John Patrick Lowry.
Yes.
He's not only the voice of the Sniper, but he's also the voice of all the citizens, the male citizens in Half-Life 2. He's the one who says, Gordon Freeman! It's Gordon Freeman!
I'm sorry, he must die now. There's a mod called Black Rock 1 where they can only get one voice clip out of Half-Life 2. So you get followed around by hundreds of NPCs going, Gordon Freeman, Gordon Freeman, Gordon Freeman, Gordon Freeman, Gordon Freeman.
That's my husband. Use respect when you say that.
Sorry.
As you tell.
All I can think think of now is because of the YouTube being a couple and whatnot, it's horrible, horrible fan fictions. Which sound just terrifying. Yes, so, okay, cool. We actually have some questions for you, but we will be getting questions from the audience if you guys have any. But you have a panel on later just in here as well, don't you?
Yes, I do, at 2 o'clock. At 2 o'clock I'm in here. I'm in the large room.
The large room. You originally started, I believe, on stage with I believe, opera? Was it?
Well, I trained to be an opera singer.
Yeah.
But shortly out of school, I started doing musical comedies, you know, Broadway-style performance, because I just wanted to make money. I just wanted to, you know, get some work. So, and I actually met my husband, John Patrick Lowry, author of his own book, Dancing with Eternity, in Arnhem, Holland.
Yeah!
Yes.
Oh, we've
Charles is here. Hello, Charles. And we were both hired for a production of Jerome Kern and Oscar Hammerstein's show, Showboat.
Yeah.
And I was one of the stage performers, and John was in the orchestra. And we fell madly in love. And I'm actually the one who told him that he should do voice work. Because, of course, you know, I was an actor. And I said, oh my God, you have the most wonderful voice. You know, you'd work all the time. I was right.
How did you get involved with Valve, the company itself?
Well, as I said, John, you know, John really was doing, you know, obviously doing a lot of stage work. He got into acting as well because of me. I said, you can do this. This is easy. Dumb people are actors. And so he started acting, and we moved to Seattle, Washington in 1989. We had been in New York. And we moved there, and John started doing voice work. He got a voice demo. A voice demo is a very short recording, like a minute recording of, you know, the different voices you do for commercial work. For character work, and he had a voice demo, so immediately started doing games. He did games for Sierra Online. Luke upstairs, Luke who was involved with the movie in the opening ceremonies for Kitacon, told me that he actually played No One Lives Forever, in which my husband played a character called Bruno Lawrie, spelled L-A-W-R-I-E. And it was spelled that way. They had wanted to spell it the way John spells Lowry, L-O-W-R-I-E, and they just couldn't spell. But anyway, my husband is Bruno Lawrie for No One Lives Forever, and Luke, who is probably, you know, maybe 35, has actually played the game. And so John had done a lot of games, and he kept telling me, Ellen, get a voice demo. Ellen, you know, we'll spend the money. It cost me, you know, between $500 and $600 to do it then, in 2002, 10 years ago. I finally got a voice demo, and John's agent picked me up, the actors group, Jamie Lopez, and I started getting auditions. First, you know, the first game I did was Half-Life 2, then Team Fortress 2, then they sent me the audition for Portal, and because I sounded the most like a computer, I got the gig.
Well, what's your demo tape like? We like to ask questions that we'll really get in the Q&A panel. So can we have a sample of your demo tape, the thing that actually got you the gig?
Well, my demo didn't get me the gig.
All right.
My audition got me the gig.
Right. Okay.
But my demo, I mean, I would say that the folks at Valve probably had listened to my demo, and they liked, you know, the quality of my voice, which is better when I'm not so tired. But, the audition for GLaDOS was a short sound file of a computer-generated voice. Because in the development of the game, they had no budget. And so the creators used this little computer-generated voice. So they sent out the sound file for the actors to sound, you know, as close to this voice as possible. And I did that, you know, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deadly neurotoxin, aperture science. Because in the little computer-generated voice, there are little glitches in it. And I could get these little glitches into my sound. So it was just a very short audition with not much copy, probably maybe 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's what I did for the gig, and I got the closest.
Also, is renowned.
Oh, well, I should tell you this, Phil. Sorry to interrupt you. But the reason that they had to hire an actor is because that particular computer voice was copyrighted. They were going to use it, but it would have cost them a lot of money. So hiring an actor was cheaper. Yes.
For those of you who don't know, they don't use machine. They can automate McDonald's completely, but they don't, because then you have to hire engineers, not 16-year-olds. And you can't fire a machine.
You can turn it down.
The personality of GLaDOS came a little later.
Yes, because initially the game was developed by a group of students. And I know many of you all are student age.
We, as in the show and a couple of people in the audience, are friends with Geek.
Yes, Geek Barnett, yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Who went to Digipen.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Geek Barnett and Kim Swift.
He really, really is the fairy tale of the games games development world. He made a game at university, Digipen, and then just kind of went, so I've got a game, and Valve went, I like that. I will buy you.
Well, what happened is this was a senior project, an Narbacular drop.
Yeah.
And Gabe Newell came just to kind of look at the senior projects, you know, to give his professional opinion and advice and so forth and so on. And he liked the game so much that he hired the whole team on the spot.
Which is absolutely amazing.
All the students who had worked on this game, he hired them. And of course, you know, Digipen is just down the road from Valve. It's, you know, maybe 5 miles away. Yeah. And I just spoke at Digipen, and I believe that Jeep and Kim Swift were both the class of '06.
Yeah.
And he hired them, and of course I've seen them. Kim Swift no longer works for Valve, but Jeep is still there, so
they can't get rid of him, apparently, is what we're
Well, why would they want to?
That's why they keep sending him to England, isn't it?
Yeah, he keeps going to Middlesbrough, and if you've ever been to Middlesbrough...
we can't get rid of him, but we can send him on business trips.
Yes. What's Jeep doing today? I don't know. There's a festival in Middlesbrough. Okay, let's send him there for a week.
So what's my itinerary for this speaking tour? Mogadishu, Sierra Leone... I think you're hinting at something, folks.
Anybody got a stab jacket? Yeah. Have you had anybody come up to you, you know, in conversation, quote GLaDOS or quote games that you were in without knowing? Have you had anybody do that?
No one recognizes me, really.
Even
when I come to, you know, something like Kitacon or my husband and I went to another con in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
And we got there the day before. It hadn't started yet. We were at one of the restaurants in the hotel.
Yeah.
And this, you know, beautiful young couple came up and said hello to us. And we were so surprised because they actually recognized us. That's like the first time. You know, when I tell people of a certain age, usually that expression is used if you're a woman over 49, of which I am. But you all, I think of you all as of a certain age. Between, you know, I feel like my fan demographic is, you know, like age 13 to age 29.
Scruffy nose. Oh wait, no, they're listening.
If I tell somebody, you know, some of my women friends, you know, don't think anything about what I do, but they say to their children, oh, well, you know, I happen to know Ellen, and Ellen tells me, you know, she's done voices for, you know, some game called Portal. And their kids go, what? You know GLaDOS? Oh my God! And they love it because, you know, they rise in their children's estimation.
So your friends literally use you as like bribery?
Some.
Don't do it until we'll have the evil killing computer come over.
No messages to your children. Threats from GLaDOS.
If you don't eat
never
your
do anything again.
If you don't eat your carrots, we'll get Ellen to send over some neurotoxin.
I think I see the nursery rhymes in the GLaDOS one.
That would be awesome.
GLaDOS room.
Well, here's a terrifying one. Do you know what's in the companion cube?
What's
Should I?
in the companion cube?
Yes. So there's.
Oh.
Wait, one moment. For those of you out there who don't know what this is, we're heading into end of Toy Story 3 territory here. Just a warning.
Let's put it this way. Well, not the ending. What happens to all the test subjects? If the companion cube speaks to you, don't speak back to it, and then you dispose of it. It's all the other test subjects.
Where did you get that?
Wow.
Yeah.
They've never told me that.
Blame Philco. Yeah.
Blame Philco. Yeah, you companion cube, Ratman.
No,
No.
I disagree.
I'm sorry,
I strongly disagree.
I swear I just heard the sounds of hearts.
I prefer to think of it as love.
It's a box of love. No, it's got love.
Only a dreamer.
It's filled with love and concrete.
That's to protect.
How much of yourself did you actually get to put into GLaDOS? Or was it, you know, mostly all scripted, or did you get to actually like, have fun and just go?
Well, my husband says that I'm a very controlling woman. And I have to agree with him. I had a very controlling mother. And I am very controlling. I think that makes me feel more secure somehow. But actually, I have realized in my later years that the more I cede control, the happier I am. But I am rather controlling, and I'm sarcastic. I can be sarcastic. And I am passive-aggressive. And I think all of this was just serendipity. Because Valve hired me because I sounded the most like this computer-generated voice, and they didn't realize that they were getting the characteristics, the personality characteristics that they needed for GLaDOS.
Because GLaDOS' character was really strong, and it did really come through, so I was just wondering how much of yourself you actually want to put into that.
Unfortunately, too much.
Have you ever enacted genocide?
It's not genocide if it's a song.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, how was it being a potato?
Oh, I loved that. I loved that totally.
Yeah,
No.
I actually, because it's quite shameful, my computer blew up, so I didn't actually play Portal 2 until about 2 years after. No, it's not been 2 years. I think it came out. I only played it like
It
Recently.
came out in April 2010.
April 2010, so yeah, so I played it a couple of months ago, and it's just when GLaDOS ends up with a potato, it was an angry potato, it was wonderful. it was just
Oh, wouldn't you be angry?
yeah, to be fair.
Yeah, it was also the point where GLaDOS just go, when I physically don't have the power to laugh anymore.
I know.
It turns me off, I just crashed.
Yeah. No, it was.
That's Becca's off switch.
They told me, Eric Wolpaw and Jay Pinkerton told me, I thought it was the funniest thing, the funniest idea. I thought, how wonderful, going from all powerful to absolutely insignificant and about ready to rot.
Quite literally, yeah.
Yes.
Did you get to speak or work with Stephen Merchant at all?
No.
Or was he lazy on holiday?
They did all his
Yeah.
recording. The first time they recorded him, they actually came over to London. And Bill Van Buren told me about the trip, and I said, what did you see? You know, what did you see? Where'd you go? We saw the inside of the studio. That's what we saw. And he and his wife and daughter have since been back, so they actually did get to visit. But they worked with Stephen, you know, in the same studio the first time. And then after that, you know, they wanted to build a rapport with him. After that, they did a phone patch. And you can, you know, from studio to studio do a phone patch. You all know all this technical stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about.
We think it's, these things go in here and it's wizards and black magic. That's exactly.
That's what it is.
No, the Geek Show does run on black magic. We get there, plug everything in, and hope the wind is going in the right direction.
We do, however, have a jam jar full of tiny wizards underneath the table. They've
got little holes in the top, you just sprinkle.
It would be good to keep a special jar just in case, you know, anything catches fire.
But they, you know, they played Stephen Merchant for me.
Yeah.
You know, they played his dialogue so that I heard him, and so I would respond to a recording of him. And the same thing with J.K. Simmons. You know, they recorded him in L.A. and I never met him. I would love to meet those two gentlemen, but I just heard them. I heard them in my headphones.
It's really weird having tiny little sections of GLaDOS coming out in my earphones right now for your voice. Just the odd word, it's like GLaDOS. GLaDOS. Ellen GLaDOS.
Like when you say, I know I'm right. Like, it was just like...
How does it feel to you to know that you have basically rewritten the brains of, I mean, how many people have played Team Fortress 2?
Too many.
I mean, you know, your failed thing, I actually felt bad when you said it. Because I used to play Team Fortress 2 in a clan in ET2 and ET2FF. So that's kind of like, I lost. Asturian's going to be mad at me and he'll shout at me in Dutch. Like, that actually was what I was like, well, no, I'm on the Geek Show, I'm on the Geek Show, I'm not playing TF2. How does it feel knowing that there's this horde of people that you can basically make feel bad with your voice? you control them.
Well, I always hope that the comic factor is foremost in their minds, that they're actually enjoying it because it is kind of funny.
It's, also, King Hall is renowned for being one of the best written, but without odds amount of story games ever. There's story doesn't really, you just play it. But the lines and the comedy and the timing and everything is just perfect. But that's why it's Game of the Year twice, you know.
Oh, why you want the VGA for your app?
Yes, I did. Thank you very much. And you know, the funny thing is, I have two. I have two vector monkeys. And it took forever to get, because the awards ceremony was in December, and I got to meet Mark Hamill, who does the voice of the Joker. And of course I know him as Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Yes, he is, Molly, you're absolutely right. Of course he's Luke Skywalker. He was, you know, he's a gentleman, you know, around my age. Very gracious, really a wonderful actor. I saw him years ago on Broadway in a production of Amadeus.
Wow.
And he played Mozart. He was wonderful. And he was very gracious, and I introduced myself, and I got my picture taken with him. I was so excited.
Oh, hey, you're that guy.
No, his wife was there.
Oh.
Yeah.
But,
I've totally lost my train of thought. Was I saying anything important?
Yeah. Talking about Mark Hamill, he has that effect on me.
You just released the Neurotalks and...
So being on the Geek Show, it's contagious.
I know, but I'm so impressed by all of you.
Getting your vector monkeys.
Oh, my vector monkeys, yes. I have two. So they sent me one, you know, Ellen McLean. Oh, and I love the title. Best performance by a human female. I mean, where the hell did they get that? You know, I think this whole actor-actress, you know, thing. Because I don't call myself an actress. I call myself an actor. I'm an actor. But, you know, best human female. And then Valve got one. And I actually think that they were sending a whole series of, you know, all the awards that were won for the Valve games. So they sent one for Best Human Female to Valve too. And I think Valve thought that they got it by accident. So they sent me theirs. So now I have 2 on my piano, on either side of my piano light. So all my voice students get to see my 2 vector monkeys.
You know this is going to be broadcast. The fun police will kick down your door and go, mine!
You'll never find me.
Oh, neither one.
You'll never, everyone gets lost in my neighborhood in Seattle. You'll never find me.
Google Maps.
Controls Google Maps.
That's why you're never typing in "show me GLaDOS's house" in Google Maps.
That's not creepy at all.
Takes you to a secret underground bunker somewhere. Considering that it's interesting you mentioned these other people from Valve. How much more of the process of the game making do you get to see as voice actors, from like the plot line and the creation of it from other people?
Well, for Portal, they didn't tell me anything. They really didn't tell me anything until later when GLaDOS starts going crazy, and I said, wait a minute, what's happening here? I don't understand. What's the point of this? And I think they all realize that, oh, you know, the actor really does need to know what's happening. For Portal, and I have a wonderful story along those lines, but for Portal 2, from the very beginning they brought me in. Because all of the visual artists didn't want to use the computer-generated voice. They wanted to use my voice. And so from the very beginning I was brought in. As I was working on Portal 2, the story changed. They changed their Eric Wolpaw and Jay Pinkerton. They changed their minds about things, about what was going to happen. And so I was brought in, over about a 10-month period, I was brought in, you know, at least every 2 weeks, sometimes every week.
Yeah.
To record dialogue, some of which they'd keep, some they discarded. So I was involved. They told me what was happening. They would explain the plot. They showed me, you know, the destroyed aperture science. They showed me, you know, on a computer screen, you know, this is where you are now. You're a potato and you're on the end of the, you know, the portal device, and we're going here now, and this is what has to happen, and you know, you're trying to get this door open. And so they, you know, were very specific in their direction.
In regards to Portal 2, I actually have a question for you. There's always fan backlash towards video game companies when a sequel is released. Case in point, Mass Effect 3. The most complained about it is the ending, and if you look at the game,
Really, you're doing that?
The only bit that's different from Mass Effect 1 and 2 is the ending, so that's the only bit you can complain about. But did you?
Is that a comment on the writing?
No, actually. That's just a comment on nerds being annoying. So did you get any, because there were some fans that were they felt very hard done by Valve, that they didn't manage to somehow make Portal 1 again. Did you suffer any of that, or are you basically...
Nobody ever said anything to me about it.
So is that fear or respect, do you think?
Yes, thank you, Becca. Thank you. I'm sure Becca's right.
Well, we've run on for almost an hour now, which is brilliant. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you. I want you guys to give her a massive round of applause. Can we have a bit of...
remember that one.
Can we have a bit of fan service? What I mean is, can you say in your GLaDOS voice, I'm El McLean, and you're listening to the Geek Show, or I'm El McLean, voice actress of GLaDOS. Yeah.
And you're listening to the Geek Show.
Or whatever you want. We actually have all sorts of crazy ones. Like we've got Professor Elemental talking about badgers and running around hitting things with sticks and yeah. So we've got all sorts of crazy ones which we'll play you after the break. Well, would you kindly?
Now, I'm Ellen McLean, the voice of GLaDOS, and I'm on
the Geek Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, give her a massive round. That is music.
Non-cash ketchup. Geek Show. I choose you.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the Geek Show at Kitacon. How are you guys doing? We've still got people drinking. This is good.
I just want to ask you a question. Give me a cheer if you're sleep deprived.
Give me a cheer if you're still hungover from day one.
Ryan, are you too hungover to cheer? It's still drunk. Well, considering the only thing you could lean on yesterday was the air. That was pretty bad, dude. Pretty bad.
Okay.
Welcome back. We are here with our second guest, which is the author of Heavy Demons and Fistos. It is Nanny Abram. Hello.
Oh.
Sorry. I did it wrong.
Say the bum again.
I know, I'm sorry. Nanny Abram.
Have you got bomb on the mind, Harry?
In anime, is that someone is confused at seeing a bum? Nanny Abram.
Nanny? No, don't do that. Don't start.
You'll never look at your name the same again, I apologise.
To be very fair, my Chinese surname actually does spell what in Vietnamese. So it is actually Nanny.
Fair enough. So you write and draw Heavy Demons with
Yes.
your... I love your art style, it's all very sketchy, it's still detailed. Can you tell us a bit about the comic?
I kind of actually just started it because I wanted to get into comics, but wasn't actually too sure how to start doing it. So I just went, I'll write a short story. It's never happened. You always end up writing an epic. So it's currently at 3 volumes and still going. But it's based about a character called Mephistos, who no one can actually see him. So I see his actual form, which is a demon, except his neighbour, who can, and only discovered it when he moved in next door. And it's just an everyday life, really.
So it's 2.5 men, but one's a demon.
One's a lady.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay, that's worse. That's terrifying.
So 0 men, 1 woman, and demon.
And a chicken.
And chicken which she pelts around their head.
Well, the question we ask everybody that comes on and kind of speaks about the stuff they do, what makes yours different from all the others that are on the market, and what makes yours special, other than anything else?
I don't really know. I just enjoy drawing and creating things, and a lot of times what it is that people who draw a lot of manga-style comics will derive a lot of things from that they've read, which is inevitably going to be Japanese themed in some way. I kind of looked at that and went, I'm not Japanese, I'm very much, well, you look at me and I kind of look Chinese, but I am actually very, very English, and that's all I really know, so I draw from my experiences and try not to do very Japanese stuff in it.
The main question is, what got you into drawing? What got you into what you do? Because there's an awful lot of people, and probably people in the room, that want to start drawing and want to start making comics and manga and whatnot.
Well, when I was a little kid and I got asked, what are you going to be when you grow up? I kind of just went, I want to be an artist. And it went on from there, and I went through school, I did art in GCSE and failed miserably and got a C in it. Did A-level, and did art again, and yes again got a C in it. And then I went to university and did illustration, and got a first-class degree in it. So,
it's glad to see the education system works.
Yeah, despite the fact that I actually ignored my tutor the entire way through university as well. Then I left university, did 3 years of children's books, and went, no, I can't do this anymore, and went back and did a master's, which was a nice waste of time. But then I came back out and went, you know what, all those people just told me not to do something that I really wanted to do, which was manga. I went back out and did manga instead. I've been doing it since then, yeah.
So is your primary source of income?
No.
Okay, just makes more curious.
I also work as a freelance illustrator, which means that I draw for a living and then I draw for a hobby, which makes me about 150% insane.
A bit like doing making things. I make things for fun, and that's my business.
Well, people often complain and go, how did you get so good at that? And it's that thing, you don't realise literally you're drawing all the time.
I do about 8 hours a day normally.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. 8 hours of drawing a day.
Like
do you have like one massive arm? Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I've just got into like, so are you an artist? Yes, crush this rock. You are an artist.
Anyways, when people walk up to me and go, oh, you're an artist, and I go, yes.
Do you do archery? Yes, archery.
Yes, one massive arm.
Oh, nice. So, what advice would you give to people starting out? Clearly not just go through education.
Well, what I'd say is, it's like, when you start drawing, you probably have something which you really like. There's some theme, or there's, you know, a subject or something that you really, really want to do. And you'll do it, and you'll get really, really good at doing it because you do it all the time. But inevitably, people will tell you, you have to do other things. And what I think is, what got you into it is what you were interested in. What you can learn is everything else that everyone tells you to do. But you add it to what you actually like already, and you just expand your world, really. And you can draw even more, basically.
Yeah, cool. So draw.
Like draw and indeed draw on things.
What's the creepiest thing somebody's asked you to draw?
That's a valid question.
Oh, that is a valid question. No, that's a valid question at Kitacon.
That you can say on the radio.
Oh,
you can say on the radio.
It was a family planning comic.
Are you illustrated for some kind of guide thing? Or?
Yes, in America. It was a very strange job.
I'm not even kidding you. The way I found out about the birds and the bees is my parents left a book in my room, which was, did you ever have one of those books where it was like Spot the Dog or something like this, and there was a little rubber ducky? There was a little rubber ducky hidden in every page. You're nodding, yes. Right. Well, it was the same, but had like genitals. And it was like, there it is.
Phil, this explains you.
Yeah, it's like,
no, Phil, this explains you in entirety.
Honestly, the first time I saw a woman naked, I thought when, you know, legs were spread and whatnot, there'd be a rubber ducky then. I thought that's how it was. You know, there's little rubber duckies all over the place, but yeah. Yeah.
Sure, if you want to get with Phil, pop by Poundland from a bar.
Welcome you to the things you never wanted to know about Phil panel. We're just
hi.
Geek Show.
Phil, that wasn't even countdown to cancelled material.
Countdown to cancel with Molly and Phil. Basically, yeah, we've had the Ofcom regulations book thrown at us because they don't understand nerds and I don't understand how not to be stupid on radio.
The Ofcom regulation book is supposed to be things you're not meant to do. It doesn't anywhere in this book have a list of things you can't say on the radio.
Genuinely, we wanted a list of swear words, because I wanted to learn some new ones.
Yeah. Like, literally. Well, there was that plan that if the show ever went really, really badly, we were just going to come on air and go, hello, welcome to the Geek Show. A is for. Just see how far through the alphabet we could go.
Or before the producers ran into the studio. Rugby tackle.
Station manager smashing through the wall.
All you hear in the back was, you'll never swear!
Yes, sorry.
So doing art.
Sorry. Before we go into a song and everything, whilst you're here, would anyone like to ask any questions to any aspiring artists in wanting to learn something?
About art, and if you've got a decent question, you might.
Yeah, not the birds and the bees. We've already explained we can't help you on that one.
No rubber duckies here.
Anyone got a question?
One.
Yeah.
Oh, way at the back.
Going to have to shout.
What advice would you give on getting to it with anatomy because I'm having so much trouble drawing it correctly?
What advice would you give on getting to grips with anatomy?
Get reference books.
But not the ones with rubber duckies in.
Or just observe people, you know, in an everyday situation, because you see, it's like everyone's got, you know, it's like you just watch them moving, and it's like, and even sitting down, and you see them, it's like, as moving, walking around, and it's like looking natural, basically. And you can see how clothing looks on them, and how it actually naturally folds, because there's only a certain, it's like, you know, number of, like, positions a human can actually go in. It's like, and it's something that you see every day, and you'll use, like, you'll draw every day in a situation, in a comic or a story.
In that aspect, would life drawing help as well?
It's like, with life drawing, it'll let you see, it's like the,
Old men's willies, mainly. But, sorry, carry on.
I can tell you some gripping stories about life drawing. But, what it is that one of the things that you should really learn is the human body is based on, you can see, all the movements will be based on the skeletal structure. And if you learn the skeletal structure really well, all you need to do is learn what's on top of that, which is the muscles and so on. And I find that I just learn like the basics of the stick figure, which is the head, the torso shape, it's like, and the hips, and it's like, you know, the leg joints and the arm joints, really. And just remember that people are heavy and are like affected by gravity.
Have you ever asked a friend to do something for posing? If you just kind of work on something like that, have you ever just gone, okay, I need to see this guy's legs properly. Can you jump up and down for a while?
Are you having flashbacks to Michelle?
A little bit.
Well, my partner's skinny as hell, so it's like, yeah, I just kind of go, stand like that, and just sort of, he very, very reluctantly does it, or runs out the room straight away and down the drive, way down the street. So you want someone to run.
So has the thought ever crossed your mind of, wait a minute, if you're willing to pose for me, where can I get a bear?
Harry?
You are the Bear Patrol, you have the badge.
Molly's recently invested in a laser engraver.
And cutter.
And cutter.
I wouldn't say invested in, more become married to.
Yeah.
It's like having a teenage girlfriend. She goes, no, well, you worked like that yesterday, I'm not doing it now.
And then it goes, wee!
Yeah. And then it burns you.
Exactly like me. Yeah. And Harry's got a new badge which actually says Bear Patrol. Have I got Bear Force 1 on here? Am I playing Bear Force?
Can we play Bear Force, please?
No,
oh, good lord, no.
Okay, so, we're going to have to go into a song because we're running over time. But thank you very much. And where can we find you and where can we find more about you and the arts?
I am inevitably found by my very, very difficult, badly written, like, spelled name, which is Nanny Abin, which everyone who actually encounters it will actually kind of go, I'm not pronouncing that. I don't know how that's spelled, that's read at all. So it's spelled N-A-N-I-I-E-B-I-M, and if you Google it, you'll probably find any of the sites I'm actually on.
Or if you want to find it quicker, the dealer's room is like one door down. She's in there selling things that are really pretty. Okay, do go to that. Help her eat food and stuff.
And the artists pay their rent.
Buy my stuff, pay my rent.
It's actually a sales pitch use, and it's surprisingly effective.
Yeah, it turns out if you say to nerds, do this, they go, alright. I had someone buy glow sticks from me and go, I don't even like glow sticks. Okay, buy more.
We're going to go into a song now, and then we'll have our next lot of guests up. They are, if they could just stand for a moment actually. They're a group of cosplayers with us. Please welcome from Scandinavia and everywhere, Team Pick.
We'll catch you after the next song. Hello, Kitacon.
Hello.
I don't try.
Yeah, you stole my mask now. Give it back.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Geek Show at Kitacon. Hello. How are we doing?
Hello.
God, you guys look tense. So tired.
Out of curiosity, raise your hand if your sweat smells like alcohol.
That's a shame.
That's poison leaving the body.
Yeah. Oh hey guys, suddenly cosplayers. Thousands of them. Right, so who have we got here? Starting on right, going left?
I'm Little Geeky. I'm Lee.
I'm Crystal and Knight.
And what, Johnny?
I'm Madam the Fan.
And I'm Momo.
is the best cosplay I've seen all day. Yeah. Okay, so you guys are cosplayers. How do you coordinate yourself? Do you choose what you do first? Do you all come together, or tell us about yourself?
Yes. No, she's like our boss.
You have a cosplay boss.
I don't tell people what to do.
I just suggest strongly.
I put the idea in their head and knowing like just.
She kind of hints what character everyone would do, and just leaves it there to fester for a bit until we do it.
Then does she hit with the stick and scream out then?
What got you guys into cosplay?
Just watching anime really at a young age, and then finding it online and finding pictures of cosplays. It's like, oh, I want to do that. That's how I got into cosplay.
We know quite a few people that never dressed up as a child. They didn't like it. They always wore, scruffy clothes and whatnot. And then, oh, I'm an adult now. I can wear pretty things. What about yourselves? Were you always dressing up your girls or whatever, or were you? Yeah.
I like dressing up for Halloween. That was always fun. Yeah, I never really dressed up. We used to go around with like my dressing gowns.
If you're making it practical,
I did that last night.
Just if you open it, you can put it in the game. I'll be somewhere around, so I have to judge English. I'll get it back later.
What did you guys all mean?
Phil or something.
The internet. Through knowing.
Yeah, I met these guys through conventions.
Cosplayer looking for frills and fun.
Except each person along the way.
So are you guys seagulls, or are you non-affiliated with that festival? CGM?
No, we don't.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I wanted to know where I stood in case I
everything. Part of cosplay is that, it's quite a challenge actually to make the outfits. But obviously we get better the champions, bigger ones, bigger, better, challenging outfits are quite impressive. Do you guys have any future plans for things that you really like to do as a challenge?
Many ideas. Single ones we really want to do.
Yeah. Well, I was meant to do one for this con that's quite hard, but I didn't finish it in time. So I'm doing it out, but hopefully it's like a full suit of armor. It's like a fan version of the chess battalion. It's like a night costume, but yeah.
Yeah, have you attended Vulpin and...
No, I haven't at that time. I've just been running around like crazy.
What's been the most embarrassing cosplay moment? I mean, I can give you my one, so you don't feel alone.
Well, you have to go...
Yeah.
No Janet Jackson.
No, I was at a LARP event and I was in full play, and because I had to run down a big hill and there was a good chance I'd go bottom over breast. I had to be riveted into it, and so I finished it. I was like, whew! All right, get the chisel, knock me out of it. And they went, we've got a chisel. We can't get her out. I need a loo. Good luck, Godspeed.
Like the astronauts do.
But I'm in full plate. Oh God. So you have hopefully not a similar experience, but
I can't think of any moment, but maybe I just like repressing them because they were that bad.
Oh, did you?
Were
you like, I was at Amicon, I was in Disneyland for 30 seconds, I was at Amicon.
I've had like really awkward moments where people, I was at Peter Pan at Manchester Expo and everyone assumed I was Robin Hood, and it was like, it's just like really embarrassing when we have to tell them, oh, I'm not being Robin Hood, I'm sorry, I'm being Peter Pan, this is why I did with a bow and arrow. This isn't a really inaccurate Robin Hood, I'm being Peter Pan.
I have found my favourite way to wind up cosplayers is to go, so, what character from Pokemon are you?
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm
Harry Potter. Okay, well, yeah, so, have you guys, I've lost train of thought. What's going on now? You saw that professionalism, where's that go? It's over there. So, what's been your best con moment of Kitacon 2012 so far?
I think mine was when Unity just Miguel and Tulio yesterday.
That was great. Yeah, that was us too. Amazing!
That was a lot of fun.
That was the best moment, definitely.
Can you play the...
No, it wasn't tuned at all, it was just making screeching noises, so we just kind of left it.
It was making
It's impressive to make a ukulele do screeching noises.
It was
We
pretty intense.
tried to tune it and it just went horribly wrong.
Did you have rigged dice?
No, we had dice, but we had dice. We also had an apple which we accidentally ate before the masquerade.
I accidentally eaten an apple.
We were really hungry though. We were just looking at this apple for ages. The masquerade was an hour later and we were just like, it's gone.
Do you know I put that on the floor during a photo shoot?
Excuse me while I go frog.
Oh, right, well, okay, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you guys. We're going to go into another song, and then we're going to have Ian from Kitacon is going to talk to us about how many things set on fire. And then we've got Cheryl, who DJ'd with us, talking about the parties. Yeah? Thank you very much, guys. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you.
Hello, Kitacon people, how are you doing? Welcome back to the Geek Show on the geekshow.co.uk, hashtag the Geek Show, professionalism.
Take a drink, take a drink, take a drink. Before we start, Phil, I have a little surprise for you.
A surprise for me?
Unleash the surprise! Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, this looks disgusting. What is this?
I was hoping you'd say that's terrifying.
That's terrifying.
We have a little surprise because this is Christine Nice, who's just running the Disgusting China panel, which we attend at the same time, but she's a friend, and has brought us things to eat because she's lovely and we're hungry.
Just leave the face of that away.
You could dunk it.
These are, yeah. Yeah, we will be putting some pictures of this up on the hashtag the Geek Show. Yeah, that's brilliant. Do you want to hop on the end, Christine, on the microphone at the end, and tell us what horrible and terrifying things you've put on here?
Well, first of all,
Sorry.
is it better?
Yes, perfect.
First of all, I've got smelly bean curd, tofu, which is
It looks suspiciously like tomato soup, actually, if I'm honest.
it's fermented bean curd, because I couldn't get smelly bean curd through customs. So it's a milder version. It's what I like to call Chinese cheese, and it's basically fermented over a period of several months in a vat containing salt, alcohol and sugar. It's made of fresh bean curd.
Wow. Yeah.
I can guess what that one is, so I'll say that for last. What are these? Is that fish? I can't really tell.
It's chicken feet.
Someone from Chicken Feet is in. Strange man. And I'm guessing this is the thing that people actually know already.
This is the pigan, or actually more popularly known as limestone eggs, or 1,000-year-old eggs.
Oh.
It's not really that old, it's only several years old.
So it's a several-year-old egg? Wow. They are completely flat.
And in case any of you have tried to make a link to what's happening here, we still have some prizes if people are daring.
Yeah.
Oh God, someone is.
Right.
That did not take long.
Come on, Fred. Okay, hop up here.
Oh my gosh.
Right, okay. We have got some Futurama minis, little character things. How does that sound as a prize? If you will have an entire.
Oh, do you want them? Do you want a chicken foot?
You want a chicken foot?
Yeah, I like chicken feet. We usually do them in like black sauce with vinegar.
Cheating if you don't already.
Oh, that's disgusting.
That was crunchy.
Do you eat all of it?
Oh.
It's mostly just
Nom 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 nom.
It's mainly cooked in two ways, one in black bean sauce, and where you get the nice red colour, and the other one is basically when it's boiled and pickled in vinegar and sugar and cheese.
And if you'll have one of the eggs, you can have our little Futurama prize.
Not a big fan, to be honest.
That's the
One
idea.
surprise.
Tom!
There's a queue falling behind you, dude. Wow, people have willpower.
Oh, you want to go for one of the big black eggs? Go for the eggs and you can go for our big Futurama prize.
Drum roll if you please.
Go on. Oh, it's slimy. Oh, it's disgusting. Right, come on, finish it off. What does it taste like?
Surprisingly, egg.
Eggs taste of egg.
Eggs do taste like egg. Right, there we go. Amazing. Do you want one? Do you think you can eat one? Oh, do we have a spoon or anything for the curd?
We have some forks. How do you eat the bean curd? Put
it in your mouth.
Chopsticks, but I run out of chopsticks, so please use them.
So we get a good mouthful of that and you can win a prize. We've got the bean curd, actually looks like...
Oh, it's actually quite hot.
It's really, really thick, white glutinous with red. Yeah, get a thing, right? And it's got red mank all over it.
Oh yeah, mine cosplay.
Oh, taking a big bite.
Got it.
What do you think?
Not bad at all. Give that man a prize.
Well done.
Now you two, you. I think you're going to have to go for another egg.
Why don't you ask me a cosplay? Why don't you ask me a cosplay? Or just really for that? Oh, you have a really cool
panda hat.
Put it on, Phil, put it on. We'll look lovely.
Don't think about how slimy it is or disgusting or the texture.
Or that it's old.
You don't have to eat the whole egg.
It's green as well.
Well, she does.
She doesn't eat the whole egg, will do the rest. Do we have to
go on? No, you don't get the awesome panda hat.
Phil eats the rest.
She's really well. There we go.
Oh, she gets the hat. Well done. Yeah.
Two more challenges, I think.
You want to try that? Okay, we go for an egg.
I
Yeah.
don't think I'll be more than for me.
Right, go for it. We'll see what we've got for the eggs.
Like the small one. Why that in?
That's not funny.
How is it? Yeah?
The version's pretty nice in a black and green egg kind of way.
It's all gone a bit green eggs and ham there, hasn't it?
Okay, and we've got some sign up books for you. There we go.
Okay, one more down there.
One more. This makes awful radio. Fun to watch.
Yeah, we have a video camera, unfortunately.
You can watch this live on the radio.
Chicken feet being curd and your egg.
I think the eggs are good. Go for an egg.
People are all going for the eggs.
Oh, they're all jellied as well on the outside. Oh,
Smart man!
Go on, swallow it.
That's what she said.
No, that's what Phil says.
Easter Beaton. There we go. Thank you very much, Christine, for feeding our audience. Making us sick. Right, okay, so let's get back to where we were. We were joined with Ian from Kitacon. How are you doing?
I'm fine, I'm just watching the egg eating. It's absolutely horrible.
It tastes surprisingly like jelly.
I actually
Really eggy jelly.
I bought a load of medical grade silicone and I've been testing smoke dyes and they look like the yolk does on that. I could probably make a medical silicone one of those eggs.
So, Ian,
Yes.
what do you do at Kitacon?
Well, I am a visual director, so I am mostly responsible for doing as many Kitacon videos as possible within the run-up to the convention itself and over the convention weekend. So yeah, I'm responsible for videos such as the opening video, which was Project Faith this year, as well as the Breakfast Club, in which the delightful master of ceremonies, Scowney, gets to play with an elephant puppet called Clive.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
I mean, I've heard Clive's still on the loose.
Oh, I think he's somewhere around here. Probably trying to get some food with the dogs.
He's behind you!
Oh, is he?
Okay.
No, I mean, he's just run away.
Okay, so, yes, how has Kitacon been for you so far? How many hours sleep have you got?
More than last year. Last year I had about 10. But then I managed to because last year at Kitacon 3, on the last evening, last party, everyone went to bed, there was a fire in back.
Alarm come!
And the funniest thing is, I slept through it in its entirety. So while there was a fire alarm, I was asleep in my room, happily gaining energy and rest. And I woke up and then people go, oh, that was a fire alarm. What, did you hear it? No, I was fast asleep.
Ian would have died.
I would have died. But sadly, I had but sadly, I'm not dead. But no, I've 12 hours sleep.
Yeah.
Still going.
Okay, so as for Kitacon, how did you originally get involved?
I got involved, basically, Kitacon on their website were looking for people to join the committee, and I submitted a CV, proper job CV. This was, you had to apply as a proper job, so CV, cover letter, all that sort of stuff. And then,
I really like my Pokemon.
I like the anime. I watched one once, it was called Akira and Goku 1.
That's a beautiful troll.
Yeah.
That's almost as good as asking in Train on World of Warcraft who is Bilbo and why do you take Arthur's hat? Or why is the Lich King's horse called invincible when you can see it?
After submitting formally, it's a nice CV though, and a cover letter, I met with Scowney and Dan, who was chairman at the time at Amicon 2010, and then a month later I was involved in a hotel meeting, and a month after that I did my first Kitacon video, which if some people out there willing to actually remember, it was the Old Spice parody.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm on hold.
When you say hotel meeting, is that a euphemism?
No. I was invited along for a hotel meeting with the hotel staff here at Hilton, just to sit in and just sort of get to know the committee.
I just have visions of like everyone in the sauna, and then you're like, hi, this is a little bit of, the towels have come off.
Oh yeah.
What do I have to do to be in this committee?
Dirty things. But no, and my first page of sort of committee job came up when I went over to do filming for parody ad of Old Spice, and basically, I basically picked up the camera and said, okay, let's try and film like this, and immediately they went, we knew we hired you for something, and this was it. And since then, I've just been doing the videos non-stop.
Did anybody go to the panel last night, the unmentionable panel? Yeah. The one in here? Yeah. Did you see the Crystal Maze? The Crystal Maze, yes. Or Ian's favourite one, the Mastermind one. I've started, so I'll finish.
You will have no idea how many times me trying to say I've started so I finished ends so badly, with so many horrible noises coming out of my mouth.
I do. I was there.
Yes, it was a horrible thing.
There were slimy substances to be thrown at people.
Yes, I think we were trying to do the science of how to get it to land perfectly on said individual space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been for tasting decency. There.
Yeah, we rolled into the gutter there. We were just like rolling around in it and not really rolling.
Yeah, to get ourselves back out, slowly going through. Who is the Unmentionables panel on Friday? The one beginning with a Y? A few people there. You could never see corn in the same way again. Dear God, Becky, when do you find this stuff?
One day, humanity will reach the singularity and evolve into a transhuman movement. And on that day, that damn clip will stop getting shown at the alley panels. It's almost like the people who drew it went, I know, we'll draw this 30-second scene, because then fangirls will watch it again, and again, and again.
It's like 5 minutes.
And then they'll shout corn constantly.
This is the same clip I think I remember.
It's the same damn clip.
It was on the hell, and I just kept doing, it's more corn!
Yeah.
More!
Yeah.
Jesus.
I hate it because of Iacon 2. 2005 was Icon?
Yes.
Yes, because I had the fortune of being directly below a room of 14 fangirls. They literally spent 6 hours going, corn, 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 corn. I'm going to drill a hole in the ceiling and fill your room with Zyklon B.
On Lulu for time. Now, let's get back onto the topic of the
Sorry, I went into a dark place.
Yes, you
I
did.
seem to drift off into those places when trouble arises.
Yeah. Oh, it's like a safety blanket, an angry safety
I'll ask a dangerous question. How much this year have you had to run around putting out fires? And I say putting out fires as in literally just something has gone wrong over here. Oh gosh. So running off in that. The state you see Scowny in, because you only ever see him running between corridors with his radio blaring.
Cat on a motorcycle.
Or partying semi-naked. There's two types of people.
Because literally he takes the radio out and just starts partying.
If he has a radio in, you'll just hear him go, no, no. If he doesn't, he'll be naked on the dance floor.
The best part is you can actually run to keep up with him. He goes dun 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 dun. Seriously, try it. Just chase after him.
Today's a Benny Hill scare.
It's been kind of like mini things across the 3 days so far. Well, no, actually, Sunday's been the most relaxed day of the whole convention.
It's been
Everyone's still asleep.
Yeah,
And
because
everyone
everyone went
knows
to sleep.
it's
So I went to sleep last night about 4:45 AM and I still woke up about 8:30.
By your housemate coming, like, or your roommate coming back by chance?
No, I have ruled myself. Very lovely.
Look at you and your committee privileges. Come to Kitacon, they said. Sleep indoors, they said.
Some of these people have salitated themselves to the bottom of tables in order to be here.
There has been mentions of people, because there are no rooms available within like 20 miles. We've actually had people discuss thinking of bringing a tent and setting up in the park. It's that bad.
Have you guys seen the Twitter thing where the guys from the Interior Design Expo have been complaining on Twitter about all these weirdos in their hotel and that they can't get executive rooms because they're all booked out? Have you seen it?
No.
Yeah.
There was a beautiful one. It's posted on Keith's Twitter feed, which is _man_.
Mr. That man from that.
Yeah. Right. Some guy has literally been complaining about Kitacon non-stop on Twitter. It's just like complaining.
He's also been using hashtag Kitacon.
Yeah, he started using the hashtag as well. So he puts on it like at some bloke, I'm at this convention, I'm at this hotel, there's a convention on where people are dressed as furry animals, and apparently they're all going to be going manga shagging.
That's a bit tempting. That's why it's basically for a book down, and then we just sort of try and land our pelvises on it.
I think they roll it up. Perfect. They roll it up, and then it's like punching a jar of mayonnaise.
So by the way, this is not the radio edit. I'm glad we decided to play this next week, not tomorrow.
We just send it to Rob back in Middlesbrough and he just cries.
Yeah, we send it back for editing.
If this
and
is
he just
going to be on the radio, Becca, have you noticed those eggs that smell like me when I'm on a long journey in a car?
Sat next to yes.
I'll move a bit forwards. I did have one.
They smell like a cross between a grease fire and a broken home.
They smell of horrid. That's all I know. But yeah, I mean, if people are complaining, it's not. Well, last year we had a TAR convention here, and the TAR convention seemed to get involved.
The TAR convention came to the parties last year, and the guy stood at the door trying to get in, this big shaven head fella in a suit, you know. He's like, I'm the regional manager for the Southwest for Top Styles, and why aren't you letting me into your party? Because we're having fun and stuff. And I went, you're not with Kitacon. He went, but look at me, I'm dapper.
I also heard some bizarre is that at their sort of tile convention party, they had clowns. Why?
Think logically about it. If your job involves nothing but tiles, and you are at a tile convention, wouldn't you want clowns? I'd want a gun. Yeah, I have a bit of a headache. I'm just going to take a 9mm.
The thing is that I remember about the Tile Awards people is I was sitting in the lobby, and there was some cosplayers out having a cigarette break. But across from me, because I was in one of those comfy chairs, across from me there was two guys talking tiles or cricket or something. I don't know. They were having drinks.
The two are different. Tiles and cricket are not the same.
I know. It was something either man sports or business. I don't know something.
Whatever you men talk about.
Well, in floats, she's just finished a cigarette. In floats, couldn't have been older than 21. Yoko Littner cosplayer with her big blue gun and just a bikini and walks past them, and their conversation just trails into nothing, and they just both watch her.
So these are light blue tiles, and these are light green tiles, and those are breasts. Those are breasts.
Were they brought back into the room by clowns just going up and going? You like tiles?
They honestly did both look at each other and go, what?
Oh God! I've just got visions of them going. Suppose we best get back to the tile convention, shouldn't we?
They always bring a comedian, don't they? And on these types of things, you know, I've got lots of family members that do sort of, you know, they go to yearly conventions with businesses, business, none of you lot, and they basically bring in a comedian, and they'll literally go, so we do windows, or we do tiles, or we do whatever. So the comedian will go on stage and go, so tiles, and then think anything. There's nothing funny about tiles. Tiles are serious business.
And this actually, the whole war thing reminds me of another interesting story. There was another convention, which I won't mention my name because it's not, you know, that's what we're about, where it was taking place at the same time as UK and Ireland's Next Top Model. In the same place, down kind of a few meters walk. And there were two separate places with different conventions going on. It was interesting to see these two different things of glamorous models and cosplayers in the same place. And lots of people looked with disdain, going, who are these strange, sweaty, hairy, furry people?
Did you hear about that too?
But there was an amazing moment where I was coming out of the convention, and then what walked past me was an amazing cosplayer of Fran from Final Fantasy XII. Anyone knows her? Very tall, very skinny, Viera bunny lady. And she was walking past to get some food, and in the queue with some of the extra model people, they were just going, oh, what on earth is that? And Fran pushed in front of them very quickly because they were kind of haggling back at the end of the queue, and just looked at them in their weird assortments of Gucci, Prada, label, all mismatched in a Frankensteinian kind of way. And just looked at them and went, oh, what are you dressed as?
One of the people who was organising it, she's a businesswoman. It's Gunstar Vixen, if any of you have seen her, and she's lovely, nice. And so she comes straight from work to the event, and she turns up and she goes to walk in. The bloke goes, sorry love, princess, someone will stand away. And she's like, no, I'm supposed to be in here. No, don't care who you are, love. Don't care who you think you are. Down that end. So she gets her pass out and holds it up to him and goes, cosplay. Geek. And she said it was like watching a dog eat toffee. The guy was just like, model.
So, yeah, on that note, has anyone here, in between panels when there's not much going on, sat in the bar and played the lobby game? Which is you sit and you watch all the other people who are staying here for the other things going on in the NEC and watch the rainbow of horror go across their faces.
Yeah, two guys in a suit seeing their first fursuit was my favourite.
Oh, we're a furry convention apparently.
I did like it when the guy dressed as Voldemort got the person in the Rainbow Dash costume to lie on the floor so he could bite him. For a photo, and there was this guy stood there with the look on it. And the only way I can describe this is it looked like he was like someone had shot him with a gun that just beamed the entire Holocaust into his mind. His world shattered that day, and he was just like. And it was just like, I wanted to go over and give him a hug. Just go, it's okay. We're ashamed of them too.
What I worry about the most is if any of these people saw what goes on in the rooms.
Yeah.
The panel actually what we named?
Yeah,
that one.
we should.
Oh,
we
the
should
rubber
name
sheets
it
man.
much, no.
Yeah, it's that one.
The annoying thing is that we're actually getting close to 2.
Yeah, we're moments
You're at the end of our time. Oh man, guys. I think we still have some prizes and we have 2 minutes.
We're going to be giving away the prizes after the end. Obviously, the Geek Show, we do have all sorts of things going on. We give away prizes almost every week. We attend about 10 or 12 events a year. And we are genuinely proper geeks, as you found out. We're on thegeekshow.co.uk every Monday 6 till 8. And you can hit us up on hashtag The Geek Show. Literally, we have movie reviews, we have game reviews, we have giveaways, we have all sorts on the website. It's always there, it's always up, you can listen to us live. And yeah.
Considering we've gone to a lot of conventions and things, considering we've kind of been to a lot of things, we're kind of veterans now, is there anything you'd like to ask us? Just to think that we have the time for it, may as well.
What was your first convention like?
Mine was Kitacon 3, and it was bloody awesome. Thank you.
It's been a hard start for Harry. Basically, it's like, oh, so this is anime. And then, so the Geek Show, every weekend we are at something or staying out or...
I quite like when we took it to my expo. Hi there. You'll be doing interviews at my expo. That sounds like fun. What am I doing? Running.
Oh god. Apparently people actually know me as that guy who keeps interviewing and just running past interviewing everyone.
Yeah,
because if you see me, there's a chance that if you go into expo while we're there, there's a chance that if you like turn around, that we'll be somewhere there, just locked onto someone's table because they can't move.
Oh, yeah, we did interviews. That's where the round table was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, with you there. Yeah. Sorry, we're reminiscing now. So Futurama, they were awesome.
You know, you'll know when he walks past me, you said,
At least you're not the Daily Star trying to convince cosplayers to go on Big Brother.
Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ, those guys.
It's a Big Brother.
Yeah, Big Brother.
People dressed like horses.
I just was tempted to go, okay, whose soul caliber prop is the sharpest? Help me!
Well, as this is going to get edited, the best thing about Big Brother is it's like, Dear 34 in the Big Brother house, Chantel is pissed off at Shaniqua because she shat in a rambag. That, somebody was passing and was saying that at another convention, just that. And in the back of my mind, as I was going in the other direction, my mind just went, no, reset. I just broke down. It was the best and funniest thing. Okay.
Right, so we're going to close up now because we can see the lovely Ellen is back from her panel.
Hello.
So if you're here to see Ellen McLean talk amazing, fun things, just stay where you are. The guys in the front row, if you want to get to the front row now, here is a good chance while we're closing up.
Okay, right, well, thank you very much, guys. You guys are absolutely awesome. If you're listening to us every Monday 6 till 8 on 104.5 FM in the North East or on thegeekshow.co.uk.
And on Monday we'll be talking about zombies, and next week we'll be putting this one out so we can have a day off.
So tomorrow's Zombie Day, and next week we have the Kitacon special.
Is tomorrow Zombie Day because you'll be zombies?
Yeah.
It's following on from Easter, which was Extra Lives.
Okay.
Easter was Extra Lives, and then the one after is Zombie Day.
Yeah, so that's well.
Okay.
Thank you very much for coming out. It's awesome seeing you guys check us out. Thank you all. Have a great Kitacon.